If you live in the city of Irvine and you need help with a Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep, you came to the right place. Chrysler came a long ways. They got the little PT Cruiser, well built, well put together. They got the Jeep, they got the Dodge Caravan. The Dodge Caravan, Mercedes actually bought Dodge because of the Dodge Caravan. They were well put together, very economically, ran a long time. They sold the heck out of them. So that attracted Mercedes. Goes, how can they build such a good car for such a reasonable price? Then they came in and they kind of messed up Chrysler a little bit, but that's another story. They've been fixing themselves ever since then. And then we have, wow, the Challenger. Look at this car, beautiful car. That's a real muscle car. This is everybody wants to be. When I see a lot of Toyotas and Nissans and all that, what do they want to be when they grow up? A Dodge Challenger. That's what they want to be when they grow up. Now, let's talk about my ability to fix your automobile. I've been working on electrical since the 80s. You can't do anything without electrical. They got self-driven cars, self-parking cars, they start themselves, they drive themselves to you, they park themselves. And you name it, they got it. Everything's electrical. How are you going to do it without the knowledge? I feel sorry for all these shops, and they can't catch up. They can't catch up. It's too late, too late. Close your business. Get out of business. You don't have no business fixing cars if you have not been doing electrical and specializing in electrical and you have the equipment. There's a lot of equipment. This is just a portion of my equipment. I bought this in the 80s. It's called a breakout box. This goes between your computer and your wiring harness, and I can simulate anything. I can simulate TPS, throttle position sensor, fuel pressure sensor, fuel pressure regulator, temperature sensor, any kind of sensor. I can bypass it with this piece of equipment. There was another box that I didn't bring out that actually simulates every part. The guy that invented it was great. This is actually a $40-something thousand piece of equipment. But I didn't waste my money because there's a lot of shops, they used it and rented it. And so it pays for itself. All my friends and all the shop, everybody in Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, in the area, even Newport, Costa Mesa, they found out that I had the equipment, and they would come and rent it for me, and when I would hook it up with them, I would also help them troubleshoot. So I kept up with all the problems. Now, anybody can do a brake job, and even that's getting a little bit difficult because you got ABS, you got a lot of sensors, speed sensors, traction control, electrical. You need electrical. So, and then he went to the regular scanner, but from the scanner they went to a laptop-based scanner, which is a lot quicker. It gives me more information, but the cars are more complicated. You can't just pull a code and, because it gives you catalytic converter, replace catalytic converter. I got people doing that all the time. I replace this, I replace this, I replace this. Francisco, can you tell me what's wrong with it? You spent $2,000 already, and then your problem was a broken wire, a sensor or something like that? Because everything's communicated through wires, sensors, numbers, and it just tells you that this is not working correctly, but then you got to figure out why it's not working correctly. Again, I have a 10-bay automotive repair shop. It goes all the way to the back. And so if you call me with any of your questions, you're going to buy a car, you're going to sell a car, it's 714-375-2661. You have a car in another shop. What do? They want me to do this. How do I maintain the car? I got a daughter, my daughter. What's important to buy a car for your daughter? Do you want her to get gas mileage, or do you want it to be safe? Do you want it to save a few dollars, or do you want to put her in a tank? All my kids were put in tanks, and I mean a tank. They could run over somebody. So my daughter, a drunk driver, pulled out in front of her. The 4 people in the Honda went to the hospital. My daughter, I drove over there, I picked her up, the car went in the back of a tow truck, she was driving a Jeep. And she walked away from it. So you want to be safe. My daughter it's crashed 2 Jeeps. Neither one of them were her fault, but she walked away from both of them. You got metal around it. You want metal around your kids. You want to protect your kids. You want to save money somewhere else. Turn your electricity off, turn your water off, go to a garden like mine, but don't save money on a car for your kids. Not because you want to save $5 of gas a month. With that said, call me with any of your questions, 714-375-2661. I stole this from one of my friends. I can fix anything except a broken heart. I know I got 3 daughters. Thank you for watching the video.